Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiance Central, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So thank you so much everyone for sending your questions about how to make a living online. I was actually quite amazed how many questions people sent me, and I loved answering it, and I just loved sort of the energy and the enthusiasm in the questions. So what I did is I posted all the questions on today's blog post, and underneath each question I wrote a written answer to the question. And what I'm going to do today in today's video is just address some of the more frequently asked questions, some of the questions that I received multiple times from different people. The most popular question was about my income. So I'm going to talk about that in today's video, as well as I'm going to answer some of the questions about Fredrik Patnode's course and Kevin Gianni's course on how to make a living online. It's an internet marketing course. And as you guys know, I love that course. That course is pretty much what helped me create my website and my online business. Without that course, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. And I've taken the course twice. That's how much I loved it, and I'm still, to this day, like the knowledge that and the information I got from that course is just invaluable. Really, it's awesome. And so I'm going to answer some of the questions I received about the course, and also just to remind you too, if you want to join the course, it starts tomorrow, July 6th, Monday, and you can get a discount. Fredrik Patnode, he offered a generous discount of $100 off on the course just to subscribers from Radiance Central, so you can use the coupon code Radiance Central to get that discount. And yeah, so that starts tomorrow, July 6th. And I also received some questions about why I chose the Institute for Integrative Nutrition to get my health coaching certification. So I want to address that as well, because I find these questions to be, I need to give more of an explanation for. And then the rest of the questions have all been answered on today's blog post at radiancecentral.com. I also want to mention, before I forget, was that I spoke to Fredrik over the weekend, and he was saying that there's quite a few people from Radiance Central that signed up to his course, which is awesome. And he invited me to actually join him on one of the coaching calls, because within his course, there's, I believe, maybe 4 live calls where it's like a conference call between him and all the people, all the students that join his course. And it's sort of like a question and answer session, and it's live, and everyone's on the call, and you actually speak. And so he invited me to join the last call. And yeah, so if that's going to be a lot of fun. I feel so honored to be part of it, and also just to share more input, and I'll actually be able to speak with the students that are part of that call. So if you join the course, I will be on one of your coaching calls, which I'm really excited about. So on to the questions about first of all, about how I make a living. I've received quite a few questions about income and I think a lot of times when people look at websites and blogs, for some reason they're always stuck on making an income from ads, like ads on the videos, like the Google ads at the bottom of a video, or they see these ads on people's websites. And I have to say, we're not making much money from that. And the only people that are making a lot of money from that have massive traffic that's going either to their websites or seeing their videos or whatever. But you really have to have a huge, massive amount of traffic going to that to make anything substantial. You know, not many people are just living off of ads. And a lot of times that massive amount of traffic is because they've had a website up for years. Okay, and over the years, because they started back when, they just come up so often on search engines, things like that. So I think people need to move away from the idea of making a living from ads, because that's kind of, I would say it's almost like it's kind of like an old school way of making money. And I would say if anyone really wants to make substantial income off of the internet and on the internet, it is through making your own products and offering your own services. And that itself, it's infinite, the amount of possibilities, especially when you think about all the people out there around the world that you can reach and that you can sell perhaps your book to, or your online course to, or your live services to. it's the sky's the limit with that. And so that's what I would be focusing on, because that's where you really can make a really good revenue from. Whereas the ads, the problem with putting an ad on your website or on a video or whatever is that you're pretty much being paid for someone to click on that ad to leave your website or to leave your video. So, and what you're being paid is maybe a penny or even less than a penny for that. It's nothing. And so if you're having those ads on your website and you're pretty much inviting people to leave, whereas you're creating a website so that you can capture your audience, that they can stay on your website and read all the stuff that you have to offer and get to know you, and you create a relationship with your audience. That's what a website's for, is to share your knowledge and your passion and your services. It's not to send people somewhere else just to get a penny. It's not worth it, okay? So that's one thing I just strongly want to say first is don't get caught up in those ad things, because that's not where the money is. The money really is on creating products, on creating digital products that people can buy from you, that they can download and or even services that you can offer. And the sky's the limit with that. So I can say for myself is that I don't depend on ads from YouTube or Google or any of that for revenue. I make a little bit of money from it, but not very much, and it's definitely not where the focus is. Definitely not. And I would say, really, my primary income is coming from coaching. It's coming from hosting my online programs like the 7-Day Juice Fasting Program or the Raw Food Challenge or the Whole Food Challenge, things like that. Currently I'm writing an ebook. It's about me making things, and that's how I make an income. Now, someone had asked, like, do I work full-time as a coach? No. I love coaching, but I find with coaching is that personally I could only do it part-time. I'd rather just have a few clients that I work with regularly, and that's it. I find that I don't want to take more than, I would say, 2 coaching appointments a day, no more than that. I find that there's a lot of energy that's involved in coaching, and I just find that I can be much more present and really offer the less clients I have. So I can really just focus in on my clients, and I would say 2/3 of my clients I work with over the long term. I offer both single session coaching calls or coaching sessions, and also packages of 4 coaching sessions or 6 or 12. And majority, I would say 2/3 of my coaching clients I've worked with over the course of a few months or even a few years, and that's pretty much the focus. And then I do have some people that sign up just for a single coaching session, and we just kind of do like a really focused in call on just fixing up their diet and things like that. So that is part of my income, and then the other part of my income is coming from all the courses I've made, all the online programs, the Juice Fasting Program, Raw Food Challenge, Whole Food Challenge, things like that. And some months I might have more coaching clients than other months. So there might be times where I might have like 10 coaching client appointments in a week, or other times it might just be 2 or 4. So it really changes, and I find some months I might have a lot of coaching clients but less people participating on the programs, and then it might be the reverse. I have more people on the online programs but less coaching clients. It always seems to kind of balance out. And also too, I do sometimes make a little bit of money from affiliate stuff, but I'm very picky with that. So someone was also asking me too, like, what kind of money can you make from affiliate marketing? Nowadays you can make more money, which I was quite surprised to see, is that over the years that's really changed. I know when I first started out, commissions we'd make off of recommending something or referring something or selling someone else's product would only be maybe like 5% or 10%. But nowadays people are getting larger commissions. It could be anywhere from like 50% or even 75%, which is pretty amazing. It gives someone more of an initiative to sell someone's book or program. So that's a good thing with the affiliate stuff, that let's say someone's not ready to, let's say, write their own book, or they're not interested in writing, they can promote other people's books, and make a living from that. If they can generate a good relationship with their audience, because it's all about your relationship with your audience. Like for me, when it comes down to affiliate stuff, very picky that there's very few things that I would even promote. You know, like I have to really like it, and I have to really have bought it and used it, and a lot of times things I'm recommending I'm not getting a commission from. At odd time maybe I would, but on the most part, I really believe it's my responsibility if I'm going to promote anything, is that I have to really truly like it. I've bought it. I really recommend it, and so. And I've built, I believe, a relationship with my audience that they trust that, you know, and so that's the main thing. You know, it's if someone is, let's say, trying to make a living off of promoting other people's stuff and through affiliate sales, then my suggestion is to really do it with integrity, you know, and really do the research, know what you're promoting, and know the company or the person that you're promoting, all of that, you know, and at the same time is to build up an audience with that, and build up a relationship with your audience, that perhaps you're that go-to person to know where to direct people to. You know, there's a lot of great people out there that are really good at being sort of that middle person, where they know where to send people to, you know, and that's how they can make a living, is being that middleman. So a lot of times you might be able to make a living off of making your own stuff, but that's not for everyone. Sometimes it's about making a living off of other people's stuff. Everyone's different with that. You know, I know for myself, I like to write, I like to make programs, and I like to work with people. And I like a mixture of that. I need to be doing different things because it keeps it interesting for me. And I feel that it also balances my energy, that not one thing is taking too much out of me. And so that's how I work. But other people, it's like they don't want to go near writing, or, you know, they want to sell other people's things, and that's cool, it's good. There's many different ways of doing it. So that's what it is with how I make a living, is I make it from multiple sources. You know, it's not just coaching. And someone too had asked me if I actually work with people, like face-to-face, and no, I only do telephone coaching. When I was living in Canada, I did see some clients, but most of the time it's over the phone. And I have to say, it's pretty interesting, is that over time I actually feel that I've kind of trained myself over the phone. Like I've trained my ear that I actually like coaching people over the phone, because I can just focus in on their voice, their tone of voice, just different expressions, different things that I kind of hear through what they're saying. And so that to me is an interesting sort of aspect of doing telephone coaching, is that you just learn to listen to people in a different way, as opposed to being face-to-face. You can't see them, so you have to really train your ear to hear them and to really hear what they're saying. So that's how I do it. And plus also I'm now a mother, so, and my daughter, she's less than 2 years old, so I have to organize things around her as well, that I have to have sort of a schedule that I don't have to actually be somewhere, that I can be working at home, and that I'm using my time really, really efficiently. So those are the questions about my income. And then I answered a few other ones on today's blog post, so you can go there. Now, the questions about Fredrik Patnode's and Kevin Gianni's course, the main question that I received over and over again is, can this course be applied to other things besides alternative health or having a business in health? Yes. As long as what you're doing involves building an online business, as long as you're building a business that is internet-based, okay, that you want to build a website and a blog, and you want to create a following, you want to get an audience, and you want to market your product to that audience, then this course is definitely for you. Okay, so I think sometimes maybe people think that, oh, it's only for health coaches or things like that. No, the course, I would say, is great for anyone that maybe wants to write a book, anyone that is offering some sort of service, anyone that wants to make sort of like digital products or programs. When I've taken the course, I've taken it twice, students coming from all over the place. Like, you had yoga instructors, or you had chefs, you had people, authors that wanted to write how-to books. There was people that were speakers, like all sorts of people, yoga instructors, like everything, you know, that it's not only just like a health coach. Of course there are many health coaches there, but there's many people that are working in food there, and they want to make books, or they want to do like videos showing how to make food, or all sorts of stuff. You know, it's about if you want to have a business online. And because Fredrik Patnode and Kevin Gianni have a background in natural health and in diet and nutrition, then that's kind of like the niche market that they're working with to help teach them how to build an online business and how to do internet marketing properly. So that's the answer to that question. And yeah, that was mainly like the big question I was receiving was, can you apply that? And I have to say too is that like if you know Fredrik Patnode, he has many websites. Like, he's not only created a business from health and teaching people about raw foods, that's kind of his thing. He's also built a business on teaching people how to learn languages and how to build a business. Like, he's applied sort of his formula on virtually on all these different fields and topics and niches. So it's not only just about natural health, but you have to make sure that the business you want to apply it to is an online business, and it is something that you plan to use internet marketing for, because that's what they're teaching you. Okay, so definitely go. I'll put the link below to their website so you can read more about the course and see what it's about. But it's a full-on course, and that's another thing someone asked, like, oh, it's only a month and it's $1,000. Well, it's every day of that month there is a module, and they're long and they're big. I have to say, like, even in a month I didn't get through everything, and everything you can download to your computer and you can re-listen to it over and over again, or on your phone or whatever, and you have access to that forever. So it's something that I know for myself. I've gone back re-listening to a lot of that stuff, and some of that stuff I can use immediately, and other things I would use later on. So it's definitely worth it. And I would say it's one course that's like packed. definitely packed. They definitely over-delivered with it. And I think what's great too is they do have a lot of live calls, things like that. So it's not only that you're on your own reading and listening to the modules, but there's also live calls, so you do get to speak to them and talk more about the business you want to do, and brainstorm and get their feedback and their input. That's what's most important. So great course, highly recommend it. And lastly, the question about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. Why did I choose that to get my health coaching certification? I have to say, so we all know the story that I enrolled in IIN, Institute for Integrative Nutrition, about a year after I started my website. And with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, the one thing that drew me to it was that you're learning about many different dietary theories. I think there's like 100, right? There's a ton. It's like a year's course full of information. And it's an amazing course. It's also just jam-packed with a lot of information. And the one thing that I can say as a health coach, and it might just be me, but I've always attracted clients that were coming from many different dietary backgrounds. Like, when I first started out, I was promoting and working in the raw foods. But even though I was promoting and working in raw foods, I would say maybe about 90% of my coaching clients didn't want to be on a raw food diet, and nor do they even want to be on like a plant-based diet. They just wanted to improve their diet, what they were doing. And it was so great to have that education from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition to be able to help and be a wealth of information, and to be able to help a lot of people with their diets, that you're not just learning one school of thought on diet and nutrition, because as you guys know, I don't believe that one diet fits all. Every person is different, everyone has different needs, and so the more teachers you learn from, the more authors you learn from, the more doctors you learn from, the better. You know, so you're getting a lot of information, and you can kind of sift through the things that work, that don't work, or that you can suggest and recommend as well. So I found that to be excellent, you know, because I can work with a lot of people and had a lot to offer. Another thing that I really liked about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition is that they also, half of the course is about learning about nutrition, and the other half of the course is about learning how to be a coach and giving you sort of the practical stuff to be able to build a coaching practice, because that's really important. A lot of times we go to school and we gather all this information and knowledge, but we don't know how to apply it. It's not practical. And so with half the course is that you're learning how to be a coach, and you're actually teamed up with classmates to practice with, and it's great. You're also mentored into like how to coach someone, you know, really like step by step, like how to talk to people, all of that, because that's really important. You can have all the information in the world, but if you don't know how to be a coach, then you're kind of useless. So I love the program. I highly recommend it. And it was fantastic. And I have to say, like, I was really happy that I did Fredrik Patnode and Kevin Gianni's course on online marketing, because I learned how to build a website, and I learned about online marketing. And then getting the health coaching certification, I got to learn about nutrition and how to be a coach. So each course I took, they all work together, you know, because then I can have a business online. I can offer services and feel confident and be able to do it properly. So I really found that investing in all of that really just, yeah, I built a career from it. So that's what I want to share today and answer today. And do go to my website at radiancentral.com. Go to today's blog post, and I've answered the rest of your questions there as well. All right, so, and for those that want to join Fredrik Patnode and Kevin Gianni's course on how to make a living online, we'll put their link below, and do take advantage of the discount. I know that the discount is only available for this course, and I know that they only do the course maybe once a year, but that's it. It's not like a regular thing. So if you're thinking about it, do it, and get started on that website. All right, definitely just get started. One piece of advice I can give anyone that wants to start like an online business or a blog, just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Do it, do it, do it. All right, so use the discount code RadiantCentral and get a $100 discount on that course. All right, have a fabulous day, everyone, and I will see you again soon.